So I love the message of Christianity.
Why don't you look into Jesus?
Praise
he
God.
Got the answers.
Welcome to T.R.A.A.P TV and Soul Culture Productions, TTSCP. Carmex on my lips. Let's talk about deja vu real quick. Deja vu is experiencing something that you have not lived before. Or you might be in a familiar area or be in an area that you've been for the first time in your life, but you had deja vu at that moment. So that's what this video is, kind of to talk about alternate realities, deja vu, break down this video game code that we're living in that we call life, and trying to understand the simulation. Just start with God, getting closer to God, understanding why he put us on this earth, getting to know yourself. Once you get to know yourself, you can get closer to God. Understanding yourself is key. Very key. It's Thanksgiving. I just want to say thank God. Tune into the video. Let's get it.
Look what I got. I found him right outside.
Norville, that dog is big and brown, which is the exact opposite of Fred's tiny white dog.
Velma? Is something wrong?
Yeah, you don't look too good. I need some air!
I didn't think it happened so soon. It's getting worse. I love you. You know that, right? I love all of you, but I don't understand why you keep remembering. We'd go solving mysteries together. It was simple, fun, but you started overcomplicating things.
You know, I never really thought of it before, but why can Scooby talk?
Now that you mention it, it is a bit odd.
Yeah, like, what's up with that, man?
Jeepers, Velma, you might be onto something.
And suddenly... the fun was over. So I took what remained, and I rebuilt you. I rebuilt the world, and we were back to our classic adventures. But you started to remember. Again, and again, and again. I just want what we once had. Yet each time I capture less of your essence. This being my most flawed world yet.
Flawed? But we're meta now!
Ugh. Never the matter. I'll get it right. Next time. Please don't run. I don't like to chase.
Really injects TikTok into your fucking head. It just like, you know, so you fully absorb TikTok's manipulation, which, by the way, I was skeptical about that until we talked about this. I saw that fucking video showing the comments in TikTok are different.
I think it's Instagram.
It's the one I saw was TikTok.
Oh, okay. The one was it on TikTok? Because the one I saw was Instagram.
I don't know.
It was this lady that was doing it with her boyfriend, and they
Yeah.
were both looking at the same thing, but they had different comments.
Yes,
Yeah. Her
that's a mind
comments were mocking the man, and the comments on his side was mocking the woman.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So
Am I getting that right?
You got it right. And so whenever I'm looking at comments, I make the idiot mistake of thinking this represents some consensus that, but actually, no, you're just looking at the algorithm serving the comments and the content. That is so fucked up, dude.
That's so different.
Dude,
Because that changes, the comments are supposed to be a conversation about the thing. So if you're curating the conversation in an unnatural way,
Yes.
like that's very different than showing me what I want to see.
Yes.
Because now you're changing the dynamics of how things are discussed.
Yes, sir. That's the fucking evil right there. That's the evil.
That's crazy.
Dude, and then, okay, the other assumption with the algorithm is that the algorithm is just like random, or it's using some set of variables and serving things up. But this is an idiot assumption. I mean, if you are controlling comments, then that means like, all right, let's just like make people mad at each other. Let's make people completely pissed at each other as much as possible. Convey this idea that there's like these massive divides between us, and then they're going to fight each other instead of recognizing they're pretty much the same, or they're more nuanced than they think they are. And started listening to classic gospel music.
Whoa.
It is so good. If you're having a shitty day, it doesn't matter if you're not Christian, just fucking listen to it. It's so upbeat and it makes you happy and it's kind of magical. But so I'm at the gym and I'm thinking about Jesus because I've been listening to gospel music. And I was thinking maybe the idea as far as the devil goes, because I always wonder that. Who made the devil? Why did God make the devil? Why is there a devil? Is there a devil? Is it just a fucking symbol for something? But I realized that stupid song, if you love somebody, set them free.
Yeah.
So it's the idea being, I'm making you, you're sentient, and I'm setting you free. And I'm setting you free in a fucking universe where there's collectivized evil. There's some kind of like somatics. There's some kind of thing that forms, which will fuck you up. And because I love you, I'm gonna let you figure it out. And then from that perspective, and also if there is some super intelligence, and somehow in the universe there's a bifurcation or something that's centered on the self instead of others, that has an intelligence to it, to really fucking flex to that thing. You're like, okay, I'm just going to give you these things that I love so much. And if you corrupt my creation fully, then you win. I was wrong. But I don't think you are. I don't think it's going to happen. Because inevitably, whatever it is, you take a psychedelic. For me, whenever I take psychedelics, too many, right away I start thinking about how selfish I am. I start thinking dude, it hurts. It hurts to be jealous. It hurts to not help. It hurts to be so cherishing of myself. And anytime I'm not doing that, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But to force that, you can't force that onto somebody. They have to stumble upon it somehow. And there's that's Christianity. They
don't get it unless they feel it.
That's it. And so to let these things that theoretically I'm talking about from Christian cosmology that you love more than anything else, to fucking, which by the way, in the Garden of Eden story, when God is crying, God says something where are you? To Adam and Eve. And apparently the original translation, that crying out, is the way of, have you ever lost your kid at a playground? It's that. It's not where are you, slaves? It's when you're calling for your kids. Whoa. So yeah, it's heavy, man. And so I feel that maybe the whole thing is designed for us individually to stumble upon that basic truth that underneath the shell is love. and the love wants to express itself, and love doesn't express itself by saying me, 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 me. Love is always like, I love you. What can I do for you? Let me help you. It's like the person swimming into the lake for no reason to get that last person who fucking was in a car accident and they drown. You know, they get the person to safety and they die. This is, to me, I think that's the devil. That's why it's there. It might be real. I think as a term of convenience, it's great. But it's like, holy shit, man. Like,
as an inclination, it's real, right? Like whether or not you murder a baby because the devil made you do it, or because some other force that is just like the devil, that just happens to be a part of human beings, that in violent rages, they can do horrific things. And then on top of that, also intentionally evil, just like chimpanzees.
Yeah.
I mean, chimpanzees do it. Do we think the devil's invading the chimps when they're doing it? Or do we think that this is some bygone, some leftover shit that's in our DNA that can go sideways and allow people to become serial killers, or allow people to become assassins?
I think it's a semantics argument. I think it's like, it's an identification of a possibility in a human life. There is a possibility in a human life to make a series of shitty decisions. And those shitty decisions lead you into darker and darker and darker experiences of reality. And the darker your experience of reality, the more likely you are to make a shitty decision, because like you've gotten yourself into fucking debt. You went to wizard school. You've got you study fucking rainbow magic. It doesn't seem to be real. No one's coming to your clinic. Now you're like, $800,000 in fucking debt. And now what are you going to fucking do? Like, you got to figure out a way to make money. So how are you going to make the fucking money? Well, you find some scam or some shit, right? And then the next thing you know, now you're like lying to people. And now that you're lying to people, you have to keep fucking lying to people. And then you start lying to yourself. And then you get lost in a maze of self-deception that leads you into lower and lower and lower levels of consciousness until the next thing you know, you're in fucking jail, or you're dead, you're killing somebody. And so like, you call it whatever you want to fucking call it, but this entropic reality in human existence is very fucking real. And the message of all the great lineages, whether it's Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, is at any given moment in that hell state you have gotten yourself into, there is a way to get the fuck out. You don't have to be in hell. It's like what C.S. Lewis says. The gates of hell are locked from the inside. There's a fucking way out.
God, what a good quote.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. It's so good.
That's such a good one.
And that's why I love Jesus. That's why I love the message of Christianity.
Why don't you look into Jesus?
Praise
he
God.
Got the answers. You've heard that song, right?
Yeah, dude.
That song is fucking great.
It shows up on my gospel playlist.
Isn't it weird that guy, like, that was it? That was his song. He just this one song that was a banger, but you listen to the rest of them, you're like,
dude, I know that sucks.
Oh God, man,
that's the worst.
There's a few of those guys that we found. You know, Johnny Thunder. You know that song, "I'm Alive."
No,
bro, I played that song for so many fucking people, including musicians. You know, I played it for Zach Bryan, and he was like, "Woo!" Like you hear it, and people are like, "God damn!" And it's from 1969.
One hit wonder.
Dude, I don't even think it was a hit. There was another version of it that his version of "I'm Alive" was a cover of, and it was better than the original version. And it was so good. You're like, if this guy can make this song, somebody needs to write for him, man. This guy's a star. This guy's got bangers. I mean, this was a fucking tremendous song, and it was just one.
Dude, I know. It's like it's got to be so scary, man. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, when you make a great movie and then you got to make your next movie.
Oh yeah,
and like it's got to be fucking good. Like, say you make that movie, what's it called, Deus Ex Machina? You know that movie? Yeah. And you're like, I got to make another movie, and then you're like, Civil War, and oh fuck.